Trade colonialism from 1757 to 1813. Surplus balance of trade was in Indian side. Huge amount of capital was in hand of British industrialists, and it was not more beneficial to establish industries in Europe, because most of Europe witnessed for industrialization. And in this time, industrialists started investment in service sector. Annexation of British by wars and by administrative policy we have completed, and now we will start colonialism of British. So British colonialism we can divide into some categories. First is trade colonialism. Second is industrial colonialism. Trade colonialism from 1757 to 1813. Industrial colonialism from 1813 to 1860. And next is financial colonialism. And it is from 1860 to 1947. So these are categories of colonialism of British. Now firstly we will discuss trade colonialism. See, in, as I said, it is from 1757 to 1813. Surplus balance of trade was in Indian side, but in 1757 Battle of Plassey was happened between British Company and Bengal. British Company is started indirectly regulation of Bengal, and Bengal was rich for mineral, and British Company also controlled revenue of Bengal. So due to control of minerals and due to control of revenues, balance of trade was surplus in British side. So this was trade colonialism of British. And now we will see industrial colonialism. Balance of surplus balance of trade, and industrialization. Huge amount of capital was in hand of British industrialists, and it was not more beneficial to establish industries in Europe, because most of Europe witnessed for industrialization. So industrialists pressurized to government for firm policies whereby they can invest in colonies, and British government formed free trade policies for colonies. Pressurized to government and British company formed free trade policy. And due to free trade policies, many type of industries came in India. Variety of industries came in India and started business in India, and it was more beneficial because in one side they purchase raw material from India in very cheap rate, and in other side they produce huge amount of production which captured Indian market, and due to a huge amount of production with cheap rate, Indian traditional market was collapsed. Raw materials and goods collapse Indian market. So this was very beneficial for British company, and now we will see third phase of colonialism, which is financial colonialism. See, due to surplus trade balance, surplus balance of trade and industrialization, again huge amount of capital was concentrated in hand of industrialists, and in this time industrialists started investment in service sector like transportation like railway, like in banking sector, like in mining sector, and from these investment British industrialists earn huge amount of money. So this is colonialism phases of British company, and I have discussed all about colonialism, and in this discussion this is enough. We will discuss in our further